Hey guys, what's up? We're back with the Enders game on Bluray 16-person tournament. I'm here, Destiny, with my buddy Root Cats, and we're going to be hopping into Game 3 of Major versus State. I'm joking, of course. This is not Cats. This is actually... I call him Ignatius. You guys probably know him as...
Iagos.
Iagos.
Root Iagos.
Terran member of Root. We are going to be hopping into Game 3 of Major versus State. And yeah, on Habitation Station. How do you feel about this map for TVP?
It's kind of difficult to open on because you can't just do a normal Reaper build. The cliffs leading into the main and natural very limited, so it's really easy to shut down. There are some Terrans that still open Reaper just because they open Reaper every game and they don't know anything else. And a lot of the time I thought, well, okay, I'll just open Mind Drop. That's pretty normal. But whenever I do that, often the Protoss has gone Oracle. I haven't scouted it because I can't use a Reaper. So as soon as I lift the mines up to try and move them, an Oracle just flies in and all my SCVs die. Yeah. So it is actually kind of a tricky map.
Sure.
And if the Protoss has like a really nasty build order, he can like put Terran really defensive early game and just take the gold.
Cool. I do know what you mean with the Reaper. It's because the same applies in TVZ as well. It's a little bit harder for that Reaper because you can't just hop it into the main.
Yeah.
But I still do see, it seems like I understand what you're saying too. A lot of Terrans just open Reaper anyway, maybe because they're used to it. That's what they do anyway, so they never really think about it. But I guess we'll see what Major decides to do here, if he goes for the normal Reaper opening or if he does something else. And it looks like we do see the Rax go down first. If he follows it up with the gas, it'll probably be a Reaper. At least one.
I think he spent money on another SCV.
Oh, yep, he did get another SCV, so...
Could be a 15 gas or just a 1 Rax expand. 1 Rax expand kind of sucks in the current meta. Like, well, it's not great because it doesn't have scouting. It's not as greedy as like Command Center first, but yeah, what are you gonna do? This is not a Reaper map.
Very true. Why, oh, and he is going to SCV scout. I was going to say, why not scout with the SCV, but it looks like he's going to.
Oh, he was just checking for Proxy Gate first.
Yeah.
This is like, actually, like, a map like this is, I think it's fine to wall off the main. This is like
Terran?
yeah, for Terran. Like, normally you don't want to do it if they go 1-base Blinkstalker or some, like, depending on the layout, sometimes just the Mothership Core and the Stalker can pick away at depots, and that's really annoying. But on this map, it's fine. It won't happen. 1-base Blinkstalker is like a really trash build on this map. And the Stalker Mothership Core, you can defend with the bunker on the low ground. It's just not going to happen. So I always wall off on this map.
Gotcha. 2 probes in each gas. I'm sure Major notices it as he comes through here with the SCV to scout. Cyber Core about halfway done. Major did end up dropping a gas at his base. And I think Major wants to save up.
I think that was
here.
on 15. I didn't spot it. Sorry.
Way to go.
Well, he's made 2 Marines and a reactor, so it is 15 gas. You don't have to click it. I know all the Terran.
Uh-oh. That's pretty impressive. Looks like we are going to see a command center coming out here soon for Major.
Yep. And a Nexus from State. The Mothership Core expand. Sometimes Protoss don't have to start the Mo Core, they can just expand before, but you know, State opting for it a little earlier, gets more energy, no big deal.
A little bit safer.
Yeah.
We are probably going to see a Stargate go down here.
Yeah, it's so goddamn common.
Yep, positioned in such a way that he can rally that Oracle right to the Terran base.
Also positioned so it's hard to scout, like, you don't scan that area. Maybe. Any tech that you put there is vulnerable to drop, so Protoss... They're not going to put like that crucial of a tech structure there.
And if all like the Templar and the whatever, the Citadel, the Twilight Council. Yeah, you're not going to see both those buildings go over there. But it does make the Stargate a little bit harder to scan. If the Terran wants to scan it, he can't scan the main, obviously. He can do like a halvesies, but
yeah, most Oracles have to be counted just blindly. Like, maybe he's doing it. 6 Marines in the main, 6 in the natural. So here we'll see if Major, like, is just gonna have his mind burrowed in time, which I think he will. Like, he's definitely not gonna have a medevac. Oh, is he going direct to Hellion or mine? Oh, like he's not going mines. Oh, okay. He's been watching Tasia, because Tasia always does really funky 15 gas plays like this.
And yes, the Marines are coming back. Oh, this SCV. Oh, it doesn't quite get to scout, but I think he knows what's going on. The Marines did get pulled back to the command center. Looks like he's waiting for that Oracle to show up.
Well, what was kind of telling was there was no Stalker. He hasn't seen one.
Very true.
This Oracle is quite fast.
Yeah, they're pretty fast, I would say.
Oh, yeah, Oracles.
Maybe
They're never slow.
Maybe a little too fast. I'm glad they
Possibly.
got their speed buff semi-recently.
They were really underpowered before that happened. They needed it so bad.
It took like 15 seconds, I think, to clear 20 plus workers. That Marine gonna get picked up? No. Oh,
Yeah, because he lifted off his factory, he only had, he didn't have 12 Marines. And if you don't have 12 Marines, you just have to pick a mineral line that gets saved and one that gets killed.
A second Oracle coming in. Now this is pretty annoying. All the Marines are pulling the bottom. Oh, we're probably gonna see 4 or 5 SCVs go down here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we do have a Viking out. It looks like this Oracle is just gonna stay.
He's flying into a corner. Oh wait, no, he's
Weird.
not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's fast enough that he can just save.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Good
Oh,
harass
God.
support for state. 8 SCVs down. Double Oracle harass. The Viking cannot chase that other Oracle as much as it might want to. Oh, I mean, it would never catch it anyway.
And State's only taken shield damage on him so far.
Yep.
This is a great early game. One of the main rules of TVP for Terran is just never lose SCVs to Oracles ever.
Yeah.
And Major has broken this rule.
Oh, this Oracle not paying attention.
Oh,
Will
State,
go down?
I
Yep.
praised the crap out of you, State. Why you gotta go do that?
Pretty unfortunate for State there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it had an... Oh, actually, wait. That overall had 2 kills. It's okay.
Combined, they had an okay life.
Kind of, but I don't think this Oracle's gonna want to split the credit for all the kills that I got with the other one.
Probably not.
Like, if you went and got 8 kills and your friend died with 2, like, I think I'd be like...
It only died with 1, actually. He lost the scouting SCV. Oh, God.
Ouch. Oh, yeah, that's true. Only 1. Well, it looks like that Oracle didn't want to live anymore anyway, so... whatever.
Yeah. That Oracle ain't gonna grow up.
Yeah. Ooh, couple Stalkers out here. What's faster, Stalker or Hellion? I think a Hellion, right?
Hellion, easily.
Yeah. Stalkers end up backing off.
I mean, if the Stalker has Blink, it's probably faster. But...
Yeah.
And, 2 Stalkers are not beating 6 Hellions. They actually do, really crappy damage to Hellions.
Why the Hellions from Major?
Well, what he wanted to do was drop a bunch of Mines and Marines in the main and have 6 Hellions dart into the natural.
Gotcha.
But as soon as Oracle showed up, he had to scrap that plan completely.
Gotcha.
Oracle builds are really common on this map, so I'm a little surprised Major took this much damage. I mean, his build didn't account for it.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just in feeling like it wouldn't happen, or maybe he was just surprised because it was a slightly quicker than normal Oracle.
Maybe, or maybe he wasn't expecting the second Oracle. How common are 2 Oracles versus 1?
It can happen sometimes. I think Chad builds 2.
We do see the Hellions want to run in here and pick off probes, but I mean, with the 2 sentries, Colossus, and the cannon, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So those Hellions will just patrol around for the third. They're not going to be able to do too much.
Yeah, and Major's probably going to see if he can, drop the Hellions in, introduce the Hellions to a probe line at some point, but
At some point, yeah.
it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, because until he does that, these Hellions are kind of completely and totally wasted.
Oh yeah,
not much
they're
else
designed
they
just
can
to
do.
sacrifice themselves
Kill probes.
upon the altar of probe death. And Major's gone up to 5 racks, I think that is. Yeah, that is racks is 4 and 5. So he can put on a lot of aggression on just 2 bases. So it's State, it's going to be difficult for State to do a 2-base push if that's his plan, which I don't think it is, but if it was, then it's going to be a little tricky for him to take a 3rd.
Yep. We do see State walk down, trying to take a 3rd. Oh my god, good force fields. Yeah, good. 5 force fields being used, but I mean...
It's a lot of effort to go to just to kill Hellions, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
but at
they're
least he
just
doesn't have to
Hellions,
worry
they
about
can't-
him running later, I guess. I mean, Major's
Yeah.
never going to remake those Hellions, so...
He does have a lot of sentries. He actually has an unusual amount of sentries. Okay, this is a 2-base push.
I don't know if I'm a big... If he was going to do that push, I don't know if I'm a big fan of wasting all those force fields there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because now he's down to 4 force... Oh, and he just used hallucination. So he's got no force fields. And he's got a couple maybe.
It's true.
Only 1 Viking for Major though, producing him 2 at a time though.
It's gonna be...
Oh wow, he's just going for it. He's just going for it. And actually, with only 1 Viking on the field, these 3 Colossus are so powerful.
Oh, and Major forgot combat shields. Okay, GG. Good push. Stay good player.
Yeah, I think State's gonna take this game.
Yeah, I happen to think that too.
Unfortunate for Major, he just kind of derped a little bit.
Well, he didn't defend oracles correctly, so
Yeah,
he was
losing.
really off balance. He made a bunch of hellions. They did squat, and
So
he,
yeah, flustered
like
the oracle
thanks to
defense.
the short horizontal push distance of Habitation Station, he wasn't really able to get all his bunkers up. Like I noticed that State made a warp prism, so he didn't have to try and send out a probe and use a pylon to warp in, because you can deny that if you're really careful as the Terran. And the time it takes to move a probe across a map, warp a pylon, wait for it to finish, warp in a round of units, then move them forward. Bunkers are finished.
Sure.
So he didn't want to waste any time, so he just made a warp prism, and I don't even think he attacked with a warp in wave, he just went in for it.
Yeah, he just went. But I mean, with only 1 Viking and 3 range Colossus, I mean, even with the extra bunkers, I still think that would have been a pretty hard defense.
Oh yeah, it was going to be a difficult hold, even with extra bunkers.
So that means that State brings it back a little bit, bringing 1 win in against Windy's 2, against Major's 2. So we're going to be going into the next game with Major taking a 2-1 advantage. We'll see if State can win the next 2 games to bring it back. We're going to take a quick 90-second break. Cass is going to hop in here. Good luck.